Here are the tests on my 1973 Comfort Height Eljer Sanus. It is using my 1973 Sears value tank and my Japanese Inax flush valve. So I will show you guys a flush and then let's see how it does on tests. One thing you may be wondering is why I'm leaving the seats on all these commercial toilets when I test them, and that is because I cannot get them off. I tried on all of these here and I could not remove the seats. The only seat I was actually able to remove was the one on this Eljer Sanus right here. And it doesn't even matter because this is one that I will be throwing away. So the one seat I can remove doesn't even matter because I'm not even keeping that toilet. This toilet has a really awesome flush. It is definitely different from my 1983 Eljer Hygiene, the one that I have installed in my bathroom. Mine swirls a lot more, and I think that they designed this one to swirl less because it has a lot more water power than it would if it were on a tank. So let's say you put this at high water pressure, it's going to swirl a lot more. So I think they just pointed the rim jets down a little bit more to even it out. For the next test, let's see if it can take a washcloth. I know that my Hygiene was a pretty good performer, and this seems to have a pretty large trapway, so I think it'll do very, very well. Perfect, as expected. Now, let's see if it can take a grocery bag. I'm expecting a perfect pass from this as well. It almost looked like it triple siphoned. I'll have to re-watch that. Now, let's see if it can take the washcloth and grocery bag together. This is a pretty big test, but it's also a very high-performing toilet, so I think it will pass. That was perfect. Very impressive. Now, let's see if it can take a dish towel. I think it has the ability to pass, but I don't know if I'll be that lucky. Dang. That went through so easily. I am really impressed. I'm going to test it again. I hope it perfect passes again. That would be awesome. It even took it from the middle of the dish towel. And usually when it does that on any other toilet, it fails miserably. But it took it from the middle and just sucked it right through like it was nothing. That is absolutely amazing. This toilet has some of the best performance I have ever seen, and I'm almost thinking about keeping it, even though I don't even collect flushometer toilets. So yeah, performance gets an easy 10 out of 10. Now let's move on to the flush tests. For the first flush test, let's see how it flushes with a dry bowl. I'm guessing that it will flush very nicely, and I doubt it will be much weaker than it is with the water level set to its normal height. That flush was just fine. Actually, it was really good. Now, let's see how it flushes with a clogged siphon jet. I'm guessing that it will have a very long, drawn-out swirl like the Hygean, and it will have a very satisfying siphon at the end. It'll also be loud. Well, I was right about the first part, but sadly it didn't siphon. So I'm going to do that again, and this time I'm going to initiate the siphon by spraying some water into the trapway with the hose. That was kind of cool. It's definitely not as siphonic as the Hygean, but it still had a really awesome flush. Now let's see if it can take dirt. I'll be using a mixture of dirt and ash because the ground is wet after a lot of rain. So I'm going to empty the dirt in while the tank is filling, and then I'll do the ash once water stops dripping from the sides. I don't know how this will go, but this toilet has been nothing but awesome, so I really hope it goes well. The bowl clearance looks great. It looks like the rinse could definitely use some improvement. It's got a nice big chunk right there in the front. Then around the sides, it did pretty well, except there's another little bit in the back that kind of ran down the side after the flapper closed. Overall, I would say that it has great bowl rinse, aside from this spot, and it could use a little bit more there. But when it's on flushometer, the water is going to be swirling a lot faster, and it's going to pick all this up like nothing. So I think this toilet would do just fine installed, and I really wish I could install a low tank in my bathroom, because I definitely would. So that is the end of this video, almost. I'm going to give it another flush and then wrap things up. But if you enjoy my videos, please subscribe and turn on notifications. It helps my channel a lot, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.